Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our next guest is an executive director of the Meet the Writers Incorporated. She wrote us to speak about how her organization has continued to help students develop a love for reading and to give a sneak preview of what her organization has in store for 2024. So please welcome to the show, no stranger to the show, Michele Weisman. Michele, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. It's wonderful to be here again today. And I feel like our work really dovetails with the juice. So nice to be following.
It's
Nice to be
beautiful.
following, Brendan.
We'll keep
Yeah.
we'll keep the squeeze on. Keep it going.
Sounds great.
Tell us what you guys have been doing. I know you've been working this for some time now. What you've been up to?
Yeah, so it's been 9 years, 50,000 students. We've given away 30,000 books. Last week, we were back at Highbridge Green School on West 167th Street, where it all started 9 years ago. And we were helping this last week to support their Reading Joy Week. And it was really wonderful to bring an author for each middle school grade. We started with 8th grade author Don P. Hooper, who wrote True True. That was fantastic. We have coming up Leon the Extraordinary by Jamal Nicholas, who came from Philadelphia. And from nearby junior high school 22, we had the creator of La Borinqueña comics, Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. And he talked about the history of Puerto Rico and the history of comics and kind of put it all together. And it was just a really wonderful way to connect with students. I feel like students were excited about reading and excited to meet the authors.
How do you keep that excitement going, and how do you choose the books to keep that excitement?
So that's something that's pretty important to the organization. So one of the things I do is I go to festivals. I go to the Bronx Book Festival. I go to the Brooklyn Book Festival. I go to the New York City Teen Author Festival to meet authors who have written great books. So it has to be a great book, but the author also has to be a dynamic presenter, somebody who's talking about things in a way that could engage the kids. And I also try to find authors who look like the kids or reflect their lived experience. And so those are sort of the three components of making the fit. And what happens before is oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Continue.
So it's funny sometimes the students don't know who's coming or are supposed to have done the reading, but don't do it. But the teachers get excited. And once the author comes, I've heard kids say more than once, oh man, I was supposed to read your book to prepare. But now that I've met you, I'm definitely going to read your book.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't a reader, but now I could be a reader because I see that this book interests me. Yeah. And so that's been an interesting way to hook kids.
So who are some of the schools and some of the authors that stand out in your mind that you've collaborated with?
Well, I've worked with a lot of very high-profile authors. I try not to edit myself and say, of course, they're not going to do this program. So we've had amazing authors like Jason Reynolds and Jacqueline Woodson and Elizabeth Acevedo. And so I ask authors, and they often say yes. We've had Junot Diaz talk to schools in Washington Heights. And so that's been incredible. Authors generally say yes. One of the things I'm excited about this year.
Are very receptive to these authors. That's one of the things that excites them. And you know what?
I think it is.
Down the line, they may want to write a book.
Exactly. I mean, authors often talk about what they were like in 8th grade, or what they were thinking about when they're talking to these 8th graders. And it's kind of the same thing. And so I think kids understand that books are made by real people who look like them. During our program, usually an author will present to the whole grade, but then there's this moment one-on-one when they're signing a book where kids could say, oh man, how did you do this? Or like, how did you work for 3 years to revise your book? Or how did you get past getting, 256 rejection letters? How did you, how did you persevere? And so I think those things, or
That's
things that
very
kids can
important
relate
because I
to.
think youngsters need to know that, it's not going to happen right off the bat all the time. There'll be a number of failures along the way, but then there'll be that one that sticks out and says, "Hey, let's do this." And that's
Yeah,
where the excitement comes in. And you can look back on battles won, real glad you came this way, knowing that you did the hard work in the beginning, you planted the seed, and now it comes to fruition. It's a wonderful time.
exactly.
Yes. Um, so, what lessons will you take away from the 2023 uh, to move into 2024? I know you're going to be doing some great things, and we want to continue to follow you and expose some of the wonderful things that you do.
Well, it started with a yes from the principal of Highbridge Green School 9 years ago, and I try to keep that front of mind. Yes, people ask me, can you do this? Can you come to our school? Can you get this author? Can you do this TV segment? And I feel like yes is a really good starting place
Yeah.
and a way to, yeah.
Do you have any upcoming events that we should know about, and we should bring our BronxNet cameras out too?
Well, I would love that. We do. We've been adding schools in the Bronx, and I'm excited that this year we're collaborating with Laboratory School for Finance and Technology on 145th Street. And we're also starting our collaboration with University Heights High School on St. Anne's Avenue. And so I'm really excited that I feel like we're expanding to the Bronx. And I think that happens because a principal in the Bronx says, "We love this.
Yeah.
Hey, friend at another school, you should try this too." So,
Oh, when you're doing good things, it spreads. And well, when you're doing bad things, it spreads too. But people want to adapt. They want to get involved in some of the good things that you're doing because if it works, it works. And you're helping others get what they need out of life. I always said, if you're helping others get what they need out of life, it just comes full circle. And people begin to gravitate. And it's like the other person said, like a snowball effect. That people really
yeah.
jump on and want to be a part of it. This is great. And I know I mentioned to you once before that I wanted to expose your list of reading material. If you can maybe get together with our producer and let them know which books are good, and you can put a statement out, say it's from you. These are books worth reading in junior high school, or elementary school, or high school, whoever you're dealing with. I can put that up for
That sounds amazing. I'd love to do that. It's on
you.
our
Yeah.
website. A lot of all the authors that we work with are on our website
Mhm.
and some of their books. And it's my favorite thing to recommend books. So I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, because people want to know what book should I read, and we got to get more people involved in reading, especially when there's a summer vacation. People think, I'm just going to chill, I'm just going to relax, but it should be an assignment that people should read a certain amount of books over their summer vacation and come back. When they come back, we give them something special. Maybe give them a book from an author, an autographed book, or something, maybe a gift certificate to one of their favorite places or movie.
I have worked with schools where we decide in June that the kids are going to read this book and then they'll get to meet the author in September. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
been very exciting that
yeah.
kids are motivated to read the book and to meet the author, for example, like Tiffany Jackson or Jason Reynolds. I've done that with schools and that's really powerful.
Well, if you're doing it, we'll put the word out. Hey, you got to read this
Okay.
book, and when you get back, there's an award, there's a reward.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah, we'll make it happen. All right, so keep us abreast of everything that you're doing. We want to know.
Will do. Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you. Any final words for youngsters who are maybe thinking about, I don't like to read, but something that will get them excited, just to get them started if they're not used to reading all the time.
Well, many authors I've heard say, reading is not optional. You have to read, but it's your choice what you read. And so find something, whether it's a comic book or poetry or history, something that really resonates.
Yeah. My father always said, stay in school and be on time. Now, when you were younger, you said, well, what's going to happen when I get out of school? But he meant always pick up something and read it. Oh, because a lot of people back in the day, they didn't go to college. Some people, and like Abraham Lincoln, for instance, he did a lot of his reading on his own. He didn't go to a university or an institution or anything like that. So pick up something and read it, and then and not just the headlines.
Right.
Read the whole thing or read
And
the
kind
whole
of
book.
follow your own interests. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
follow your own interests. Yeah.
exactly. All right, give us your social media and website where we can go. We can follow you and jump on your
Yeah.
website and find out everything that
Yeah,
you
I'd
need.
love to hear from anyone. We're always looking for people who want the program in their schools and also people who want to fund the program. That would be amazing.
Oh,
We're
I have an
at
idea.
Meet the Writers.
I
Yes.
have an idea. Go ahead and ask for
Yes.
what you need. Yeah.
We'd love funders. We're looking for people to support the books because every kid who participates in our program gets a signed book to keep and they do not pay for it. So we're giving away signed books. So that would be amazing to find some supporters. But you can find more information on meetthewriters.org. And we have a decent Instagram, so you could follow us on Instagram too.
And you're looking for schools to become attached to more additional schools, right? Not only in the Bronx.
Always looking for more schools and more writers, authors, illustrators, creators, all of the above.
Yeah. And where do we go again?
Meetthewriters.org.
There you go. Michele Weisman, meetthewriters.org. Thank you so much, Michele.
Thanks so much, Dr. Bob.
All right. We'll always pick up something and read it, like in the Caribbean. Get something and wave it. Pick up something and read it. And you'll be okay. You'll be in the know. We'll take a break right here. I've got more coming your way right here on Open.